Hi, everybody. My name's Flame. His name is,
I'm Side, guys. Oh, I'm so happy to be back.
and we're back with episode 4 of the Flameside podcast. I've done that a couple weeks in a row now of purposefully saying the wrong number, but I wonder if people are like, wait a second.
It's a common bit. I actually hear that bit often, though.
Oh, with other episode podcasts?
Yeah, well, really just one. One podcast I listen to in particular does the fake number every time. They actually say every single episode is episode 100, and and
That's funny.
they'll have a guest, and they'll be like, "This is episode 100," and the guest will be like, "Oh shit, like hell yeah!" But
Fuck, that's
it's
so
actually,
funny.
dude,
I when I hear like stuff like that, I don't get happy because like, oh, that's cool. I get mad because like, why didn't I think of
the
that?
Yard Boys are on it, dude. They are so
Uh,
good. They're dialed.
we should fucking beat
But
the living
Ludwig's a
fuck out of
freak.
them.
Ludwig's a content freak, dude.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, you can't. Yeah, actually, comparing yourself to Ludwig is just never going to go well.
Yeah, he's like the top of the food chain when it comes to
Uh,
content, bro.
you're going to lose that battle, and you gotta hold your head up high while you lose it. You know?
Yeah, those boys are good. And like they've been doing not only like YouTube and stuff for so long, but like just in the content space for fucking like a decade plus at this point. We're on episode 24.
This is 24.
Yeah, this is 24.
Thank God we're not doing jersey numbers still. Maybe a little
Matt
Martin,
Reed,
maybe a little Martin Havlat action
maybe
might
a
get.
little Matt Reed, maybe a
All
little Matt
right, all
Reed and
right.
Havlat. Okay, there you go. I know Scotty likes that segment. He was upset that that segment went away.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Maybe we'll bring it back for Scotty.
It seems like a few people are upset with some segments going away.
Oh yeah, what kind of feedback have we been getting recently?
It seems like people miss the emails a little bit.
I didn't want to address this.
I think we might have to at this point.
Yeah. All right, who wants to say it? Should we be a good cop, bad cop?
Yeah, which cop do you want to be?
I want to be good cop. Can you be bad cop?
Yeah, sure. You start off.
Okay. Hey guys. Hey y'all. We really have been appreciating everyone's emails as of late. We think they're really cool. We honestly just think they're so fun and like honestly are so
All right, let's
excited.
cut to the chase, guys. We don't want to read that stuff all the time. Like sometimes we just want to do our own thing.
Yeah, and like at the end of the day, like it is such a fun thing for us to be able to interact with the community, and that's why we've decided that we don't want to completely lose it. We don't want to say we're done with this, but we also want to just let everybody know, like, we might be a little bit less, consistent with our responding to them because, uh, we're trying to see what sticks for us. Sometimes we
See,
want to talk. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was just gonna say, sorry. The original vision was like I go to the email inbox and I see a lot of emails, and we have our pick of the litter to choose from, and we could pick anything that suits our needs that particular week, or something that speaks to us, or But we go in there and we see emails from a few friends or awesome viewers like Josh, and we basically feel like we need to discuss those. And so it's not that that's really a bad thing, like your email suck or anything. It's just more so there's weeks where we want to just discuss whatever you know, so please.
Yeah, I mean,
Do we really
yeah.
have to tell the Embers this though? I think they get the gist.
I think they get it. I also just want them to know that they're respected and that we will always read and we will always eventually address whatever you have to say to us. And we will, and we plan on
Yeah.
continuing to do it in the future. This is more so just us making sure you're aware that we're aware and that, like, we're going to continue to respect you as a person.
Send them in as much as you want, just like absolutely no guarantee that it'll be read. But I do read them all. Like they go to my email and I get hype. I'll check it right away. I'll read it right away. So send them in as much as you want. And if you send in a good one and we actually do want to talk about it, it'll be on the show.
Don't say good one. That
What?
implies there are bad ones.
Dude, okay, let me rephrase that. Sorry. Sorry, Embers. Send in one that catches our interest and we will
Uh, it's not about the quality of the emails. It's sometimes just about our desire to what's the word? Chop to
I mean,
chop.
you also like think about it like this. We want to give you guys like the best answer possible. Like if we feel like we're
Yeah.
just doing it to do it, then like we don't feel like we're giving you guys the best possible answers on certain things. Like they're starting to get to a point where I was saying shit for emails. Like I don't even fucking like, I wasn't giving you guys my best effort.
I could tell.
Yeah, so sorry about that. Oh, also, while we're giving apologies, sorry that last week Scott did hear that noise, that horrid noise. So I'm I'm not holding my mic anymore because holding the mic was fucking it up and giving an awful noise.
Uh,
I'm actually gonna buy a new one too.
Buy a new mic.
I am. You see, I do host a podcast. I'm a part
Great.
of one, and I also play video games every day.
hmm
So I want to get a good mic.
Okay. What are you in the market for?
So I have the blue snowball, like the
Uh-huh.
shitty one, the
Uh-huh.
circle. I'm gonna buy like the $100 Logitech snowball.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
I was told quadcast was the vibe when I was messing around with this whole thing. So I did get a quadcast, but
Is it expensive?
no, it was like $80, I think, which is like not the easiest thing in the world, but it's fine. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I actually like sound that fucking good though. I get like frustrated, you know? Like,
I'm gonna go with the snowball. I think I like the quality of it, and like I just use
yeah.
like the one I have. It's just this one I have, but just better in like every way.
Uh-huh. Sometimes I'm thinking you sound better than me, which is kind of fucked up because I spent money on my shit.
Do you
You know?
actually think that?
Yes.
You sound good though.
Thank you. Yeah, well, we're gonna be improving the podcast in a lot of ways. You know, you're going to, invest in some soundproof walls. You know, we're
Well,
gonna fucking
ideally one day we could have like a dead ass studio and
fuck
our
yeah,
own like guy like on the Rogan podcast that can like look shit up for us.
yeah. We're gonna be together. We get a
Yes,
New York
together.
house together.
If you're in New York, bro, sure, I'll go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I feel like if we make it big time, we're probably gonna like you would come to me, right? Like
I-
if
I'll
this is like a
I'll come to you.
yeah, you would have to, right?
Yeah, I'll come to you. All right, so while we're
Yo,
still
pause.
before we stray too far from the emails, do you want to go over some that we've received and
Nah,
then so Josh has sent us
nah,
two.
not doing this.
You don't want me to read it?
Nah, you can go ahead. Sorry, Josh.
All right. Josh wrote, Flame seems distracted in the subject line.
Oh yeah.
And this came up to us back in August.
Oh, I
Flame
was
always seems
distracted.
distracted, bro. He too busy for the pod, huh? Doorbell's buzzing, cat nonsense. Focus, bro. He needs some vitamin R. And then he
Vitamin
said some
R.
questions to ponder. Jimmy John's or Subway? Subway's ass. My boys love that shit. No clue why. And he also wrote, got my fantasy draft this weekend. Who is your top five? I got the third pick. So that's a little bit, uh,
Dated.
he's drafted at this point. And then he said, bro, Heisenberg ain't no house guest. Can't get out of your first round. Old dying cooker ass. Fuck that. And that was in reference to our character bracket. And then he wrote us 3 days ago, you boys don't do emails reads anymore? And then he also added the Connecticut thing. Hilarious, bro. And that was it.
Dude, Josh is an exception. I will always answer Josh's emails. I love Josh's emails. That's a great one.
Yeah, he did
All
have
right,
some good
well,
shit.
yeah, Josh, don't take any of this personally. We've loved you more than anybody in the world. Um, and yeah, dude, I've been fucking distracted, especially back in August. That must have been before my move. Everything's happening everywhere all at once. The cats are going to the hospital. Fucking doorbell buzzing. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy, dude. And it's funny. It's funny because I think those two are connected. I'm pretty sure what was happening is my girlfriend ordered Subway for delivery, and she was like not dressed, so she's like, "Can you get the door?" I'm like, "Hey, babe, I'm doing my fucking wildly successful podcast, like, whatever." And so it's like a lot going on. I am distracted, and like that's something that I will own, and it's not fair to my counterpart. It's not fair to the fans. It's not fair to you, Josh. You don't deserve that. Like, fuck. Um, I don't have a great answer or excuse besides I'm sorry. And I'm in my new place. It's a little bit messy. I'm sure you can tell, but like we're getting there. Beard's been growing out more than I like. Hair's a little more frizzy. I hate my clothes. Is that a weird thing to get to bring up? Is that a weird thing to bring up?
He just said you seem distracted, bro. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, dude, and honestly, something super weird. I feel like sometimes I'm like phasing in and out of different realities. Like it's actually fucking like
Oh my.
freaking me out. Um, so I don't even know what to
I
say
also want to
anymore.
add in, Josh, we really do appreciate it, dude.
Uh-huh.
You're literally the only real fan that has emailed us. I mean, obviously, like Scott's a real fan, and all these other people are real fans, but we know them, so
Yeah,
it takes a little bit of the fun effect away from it. So you've really motivated me, and we really do appreciate it, dude.
yeah. In fact, let's make a Josh rule. He's legacy email status. He's like rolled in. The new email rules apply to everybody besides Josh. Okay.
Yeah, or
Are
any
we-
other real fan at that, you
Yeah, if
know.
you're a real fan, if you're a real fan and you're funny, if
And
you're
by
not
real
funny,
fan, I don't mean I know you're a fan, Scott. Oh my
yeah,
gosh,
basically
I'm
just
getting
no
so
Scott.
pissed, bro. All
Dude,
right.
I want to. Can we do a Scott episode where we don't include Scott? I just want to talk about Scott for an hour sometimes
I will be down to do a Scott episode. Scott for
without
an
Scott.
hour. Scott
Yes.
for an hour without Scott.
Yeah.
It would actually be pretty like entertaining, I think.
Oh yeah. I feel like I could say a million things about that kid.
Could you imagine like Scott listening to a Scott episode?
I can just imagine him fucking watching, shaking his head the whole damn time. Oh man.
He'd be like,
Um.
"Come on."
Uh-huh.
All right,
All right.
let's get into Josh's.
Subway or Jimmy
Yeah, yeah.
John? Is
I'm
that a question
Jimmy
number two?
John's baby.
Yeah, I think y'all are crazy. I think Subway's way better.
Oh, come on, dude.
I think Jimmy John's is okay. To be fair, I've had Subway a lot more than Jimmy John's, but I've had Jimmy John's like once, and it was like whatever. I guess it just comes down to bread for me. I don't like the hard, kind of like more compact bread from Jimmy John's. It feels like I'm not. Just feels like I'm eating less food, and like also the texture of their bread. Like their bread is so smooth on the outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
I
like
love their bread.
someone like polished their bread. I like the Subway bread where it's a little more thick. It's a little more airy. Like it just feels like you're
It's
eating
so
more.
airy, it feels like it's fucking fake.
I like it. It's nice and fluffy. But I will say, in terms of like consistency of ingredients, sometimes Subway will really let you down, which I don't think Jimmy John's has quite that same risk. I think at Jimmy John's you can be pretty confident that you're getting an edible, enjoyable
You're
sandwich.
getting the best they got. Not that it's amazing, but you're getting the best they got.
Yeah, you widen the spectrum at Subway quite a bit. Which I will also add, like when Subway is like really on their game, it can be something special in my opinion. It can really do you well.
I have
Um,
such bias with this though, because a former Himothy of ours, another segment that's dead in the dirt, but oh, I dropped his name this
oh,
time, but whatever, who cares? He hooks me up so hard at
you're
Jimmy
not gonna
John's.
cut that?
I'll blare his name out. Um, but he hooks me up, dude. Every time I go there, free subs, free this, free that, dollar sub. It's insane. So that really does add into it for me.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm gonna go to Jimmy John's 10 times out of 10. Just because like it's I actually lately I've been getting Jersey Mike's.
Oh
So
wow. I respect that. I'm a big Jersey Mike's guy.
we used to
Although
get Jersey Mike's back in the day. Do you
we
remember that?
did, we did. Yeah, I would get the California chicken. I remember that. That's what I ate at Jersey Mike's. I liked it. It's pretty good.
All
But
right, let's go to fantasy draft. So
can we wait really quick?
yeah.
Um, like, cause like obviously you're paying more at Jersey Mike's, right?
A lot more.
Is it worth it?
Yes, I think so.
I don't think so.
Whenever I bite into a Jimmy John's, it actually tastes fresh. Like so much more fresh than a Jimmy John's ever has to me.
I think you said Jimmy John's twice when you bite into a Jersey Mike's.
Oh yeah, when I bite into a Jersey Mike's,
Yeah,
it tastes way more fresh than a Jimmy John's.
I could probably agree with that. But like honestly, I think a lot of that comes down to bread, bro. I think Jimmy John's bread makes it taste kind of fucking bland and like I'm
I love
serious.
that French bread, bro. That French bread is so
Yeah.
good.
I said this in chat today. So I made a sandwich today on sourdough that I'm proud of, and I said like some days I want to like buy my own fucking like French bread loaf and fuck around, but like I wonder if that would really be fun. Like how do you even like work with
Like a
that?
big long one.
Yeah. Do you like cut off how much you want to eat and like what bake it? Bake it in the oven?
No, you won't have to bake it.
What, you don't toast your bread?
Not usually.
Hold on. You don't toast your bread? Like Jimmy John's?
Fuck no. I don't even think they let you at Jimmy John's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, where it's an option, you don't toast it?
Hell no.
That's
I'll
so
die on that hill,
crazy.
bro. See,
No.
I hate Potbelly for that reason. I don't like my subs warm.
Are you fucking nuts, dude? Okay, like warm or cold subs is a different question. Like that's fine. Like I know people have. I've heard cold subs be a thing. I've never heard somebody say bread tastes better than toasted bread. Like toasted bread is just better in all ways.
It depends on what you're eating though, for me. Like for a sub, I'd rather have it not toasted.
Can you even do a cold sub toasted?
Yeah, you could get just the bread toasted, I'm sure, at like Subway and then throw all your shit on. But fuck that, dude. I like it cold. I like cold subs.
I just okay. Regardless of sandwiches, like toast is better than bread. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, for like in the morning, like for
For
breakfast
like
and stuff.
everything. For like everything. In fact, don't even
Grilled
restrict it to
cheese.
sandwiches.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Grilled cheese with bread. How'd that even work?
What?
How would you even do that?
Grilled cheese with bread?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
like without toasting it.
No, I'm saying I like it toasted with grilled cheese.
Yeah, but how would you even not toast it? Like
Well,
that's part of the process.
throw it in
You
the
know,
microwave or something.
I've done that. We used to
I know you've done that. That's kind of why I said that. Because what do you call them too?
soft grilled cheese. So my parents made those growing up. Soft grilled cheese. You put
See,
the
that's
cheese in the
not
bread,
toasted, bro.
fold over the bread, microwave it. A little like warm, soft, wet
That's
cheese
fucked
sandwich.
up.
It is fucked up.
That's
It needs some work. I honestly, the only time that I think that it kind of plays is when you're dipping it in soup. Then I think it's kind of fun.
Ooh.
Even then, you would rather obviously grill it on the pan, but like I do think that it kind of plays because then the bread's a little more absorbent. You get a little more soupy action in there. I'm a huge sandwich and soup kind of guy.
I
I think
always dip grilled cheese into soup. You have to.
oh you have to. Grilled cheese and soup is like one of my favorite meals,
That's a
honestly.
classic meal. I've done that
It
quite a
is.
bit.
Yeah. I really that's one more thing that I actually have forgotten about that I'm pretty passionate about trying to make happen myself is making my own tomato soup. Because like I'm a little bit snobby. I don't think I'm that annoying about it. Well, maybe I am, but I get a little bit snobby about like ingredients and stuff that I buy. I find often one of the foods that I buy that I get annoyed at what's in it is tomato soup. Like a lot of times it's like unnecessarily sweetened with like kind of a lot of sugar or like whatever. I feel like it wouldn't be too hard to just like make your own tomato soup with like vegetable broth and like tomatoes. Like how hard can it be? Like soup is one of the easier things to make, right? You just put it in a fucking pot. Like as far as I'm aware,
Yeah, I
you ever
like
made
the
soup?
Progresso.
Yeah, I like it too. But then again, I probably have some in my cupboard right now. But like dude, that shit's sweet.
Does it have a lot of sugar?
I don't know about a lot, but like actually, tomato soup. Progresso is a good soup brand, the best soup brand. Uh, sugar. Is everyone gonna get mad at me for being a weirdo about sugar?
It
Um,
doesn't have that much.
how much are we talking?
I'm seeing like 10.
I'm seeing 4. Oh, two servings per container. Of course, you're eating the whole thing. 8 grams of sugar added. Like, I just don't think you need to add sugar to soup. Like, I think it's unnecessary, and like, I'd rather just not have that sugar. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
like,
I guess.
am I being too snobby?
Um, I'm very not snobby about food, so
Uh huh. Like, okay, so they're throwing in some tomato puree, water and tomato paste, easy water. They throw in some cornstarch or whatever, probably it helps it be like more thick or whatever. And then it's basically just sugar, soybean oil, which I'm assuming a lot of this stuff is just mostly for like preservative reasoning. You got parsley and basil. Like you can do all this on your own. I feel like toss some fucking tomato paste and water, make a puree. Uh, Salt, pepper, parsley, basil. Fucking cook it up. You avoid the sugar. You avoid all the nonsense. Feels like easy. Like I okay. Can I actually like kind of speak on this for a second?
yeah.
I think that it's become a huge thing of people like freaking out over what's in their foods, and like I think that a lot of it is like severely annoying. And like what I mean by that is there are certain foods that people buy that I think a lot and a majority of people are aware don't have like everything that's the best thing in the world for them, and like that's fine, you know. Like people need to be more realistic about like what the impact these things have on your body and how like people are allowed to make decisions for their own diet without being fucking lambasted for it, you know? And you see so many like there's been such a it's so strange to me. I cannot figure it out why like seed oils in particular have become this like beacon of mistrust in the food industry and like a cause for like fucking for disgruntled speech from the population. Like I just don't get it. Like they're like I agree they're not great for you. It's like pretty the evidence is like pretty one way towards that, which like yeah, it's great that like we should, try to avoid these things in our diet, but like the way some people speak about it is just so strange to me. Like when like, there's so many things that like we should be keeping in mind in terms of like nutrition and a healthy diet. And it's also ironic because a lot of these people end up being, weirdos about like fucking eating beef liver and raw milk. But that's a mischaracterization probably, so I apologize. But I think that a lot of people like are aware of these things. I just don't think that it requires as much like annoying fucking like uh fucking persistent complaining people do. Anyway, I do think soup is one of the things where it's like if you have the time and the energy and the means, like maybe you do try to do it yourself because you can avoid some of that kind of stuff and you can like make probably a good version of it, you know? Because like at the end of the day, like making it at home is just gonna taste better, you know? It's fresher, it's whatever. Like it's only so easy to like maintain a good taste in a can, sitting on the shelf. Sorry, guys, got a lot on my mind. I think food is so just like ridiculous the way people talk about it. I think you've got so many people online and like people in real life as well who like don't have qualifications in nutrition to be like speaking on these things the way they do, who are so confident in the way that like you should diet and what you should eat and what you should avoid and the things that you should care about the most. And I think that these people just need a fucking reality check or just need to like get a hobby. Sorry. All right, that's enough on the food talk.
Yeah, I'm not the person to talk to about food because I'm like so weird with food.
Yeah.
Like I just have such a weird relationship with food. My dad actually said this to me a long time ago. There's two people in the world. There's people that live to eat and people that eat to live. And I'm one of the eat to live motherfuckers out there.
I kind of like that.
See, I don't get like excited about food really.
Uh-huh.
I just get what I need and I call it a day.
Yeah, that's interesting. I do think I'm a bit of the opposite. I think it's fun to go try new things and like eat unique stuff, good tasting stuff. You're not like Allison in that regard. She does not give a fuck about like where we go or what we eat.
I don't really care about like that kind of stuff, but I do like to, I don't even know. It's just I'm not that crazy about food. I have a
Yeah.
weird relationship with it. It's always been that way. But
You
I'm
see,
not picky. I don't eat like the same two things. Like I do eat like a bunch of different things, but I just don't really care.
what do you mean when you say you have a weird relationship?
I've always like just not eaten enough. I've always been like underweight. I've always I like don't eat for a long periods of time and then eat like a fuck ton.
Wow.
Shit like that. Like I just
Strange.
had my first meal at like 30 minutes ago, bro.
Yeah.
And it's 2:30.
Uh-huh.
It's about to be 3. I had my meal at 2:30. It's about to be 3. It's first meal of the day. And that's like regular occurrence for me. Like one meal, maybe two.
You know,
So I just have a weird relationship with it.
you're just not a hungry guy.
Nah, I get too stressed, honestly. I think stress
Oh man.
affects my stomach too much.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, well, let's talk about fantasy.
Yeah, fantasy football.
So you
Uh,
said, who's your top five? I got the third pick.
well, should we do just a little like redux based on 1 week, 1.1 weeks in the books?
Yeah, I mean, we could do it like that, but it's kind of much different now than when he emailed us, and
Well,
he already also has a team.
mine's already, it's like the same shit except for like I had the fucking first overall pick and it's a Christian McCaffrey and his ass hasn't played a snap is on IR, so he can't be. But if I had the third pick, I would have probably taken Tyreek.
Yeah, hopefully you got Tyreek or CD.
Yeah,
That's all I gotta say.
yeah, pretty much, right? Dude, fantasy is so fucking. It's so funny. It's also so tedious sometimes.
I like fantasy.
I love that for you.
So what do you think about so there's really nothing out. He just, he said the Connecticut thing was good. I'm glad you appreciated that.
Yes, fuck Connecticut.
Heisenberg ain't no house guest. You're probably right. I can't remember who he was even up against that we moved him on.
I feel like he was against Peter Griffin.
No, he was against Nico Batum. Is that a crazy
Yeah,
pick in retrospect that we
yeah.
picked?
I'm trying to wonder how we justified that because I feel like Batum would be respectful as fuck.
I think I just remember saying you'd be lame.
He would be lame. He's French. I don't like French people in the house.
All right, let's
Co-
look at
Comment
this email,
allez-vous?
bro.
Shut
This is another email we received. Can you see that?
up.
He said, "Thoughts, love you boys."
Wow.
And I see, I don't know what he's referring to here because Kenny Lofton's not on the Sixers. He's on the Bulls now. So
Oh wow. It
I
looks
I
like
don't
he
I
ate
don't know if he
Kenny
wants us to
Mbappe.
comment on the fact that he looks like he ate Killian or the fact that he's on the Bulls or not the Sixers anymore. I don't know what kind of angle you're going for here with this one, Gino.
I
Gotta
love
be
that
on.
it's just as fucking like just a picture that says thoughts.
Yeah.
Where was Kenny Lofton before? Because I feel like I remember him playing on a weird team at the end of the year.
Last year, I think he was on the Jazz.
Yeah, that's right. And whenever he came in the game, everybody was super hyped about him. I don't know why. The
Dude,
crowd
Kenny
loved him.
Lofton is a weird story in the NBA because he's actually like good as fuck.
Really?
Yeah, whenever he plays, he does fucking well, dude. But he just like is bouncing around teams. He's on the Bulls, bro.
Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, he did kind of look like he had the same like I can see why people see Kylian Mbappe in his face. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Don't get me started on soccer again, bro. I could complain about soccer even more than I already have.
Does he look like he
Oh,
ate Kylian Mbappe?
dude, yes, I actually have another thing to complain about in the soccer sphere, but should I just hold it? It's like kind of burning though. It's quick.
Yeah, let it out.
Dude, so when the European like tournament was happening, I would look up some stuff about soccer on YouTube. It's usually like because everybody's so bad at soccer, so I'd look up like okay, soccer highlights just to see like who's good and like what does a good soccer play look like, and is it like so now I start getting some like soccer like things on my feed sometimes, and it's so fucking weird the way soccer in particular montages are edited. It's always like I can't explain why it is this way. And maybe they're making it for like 3-year-olds because that soccer is like target audience. But like it's always edited to where like the ball gets like highlighted with a big circle and like the camera angle keeps like getting edited around. It's so disorienting to watch. It's so fucking annoying. Like I'm trying to say like, oh, is this gonna be a cool play? I don't even fucking know, dude. Highlight the net, highlight the ball. Or we're looking over here. He kicks it. Oh, before we see what happens to the ball, we're gonna go over here. I can't fucking tell what's happening, dude. It's so stupid. It's such a stupid sport. The fans of soccer are so fucking annoying. Your sport sucks. Like it's so clear. Like it's so obvious in the way that like the only
I'm gonna
thing
clip farm this.
okay, whatever. The only thing you need to know about soccer as a sport is go watch some fucking reels. Go watch some shorts on it. Go watch a montage video of the way soccer fans edit their own sport, and you'll know this sport is for fucking dorks.
Oh my God.
End of segment, bro.
You
That's so
hate
frustrating.
soccer.
Yes, dude. It's so fucking frustrating. Oh,
Dude, you fucking hate soccer, bro.
I do hate soccer, but I do like Skyrim.
You like Skyrim?
I'm undecided.
Yeah, you haven't played that much yet.
No, I actually had a pretty like brutal intro to it. Um, I was playing the tutorial. You're riding it on the carriage, right? The guy gets murdered in front of you. I'm like, dude, what? Like, because I'm in the settings messing around. And I see you can like change the difficulty like real time, which is pretty sick. I like that. And so I always like to play on like harder difficulties because like it's just more fun. I think um I just personally find like overcoming challenges to be the rewarding part of video games. You know that from my Elden Ring playthroughs of like
Oh,
I like to win when the odds are stacked against me. So I put it on the hardest difficulty, which fucking was a horrible idea because like in the tutorial you like take damage here and there from like dragon fire that's like scripted essentially. Or maybe it's not, I'm just like bad, but like I mean I'm just walking through the game, fucking dragons hit me with fire. And like I died right away and then I had to go watch the cutscene again, which was like beyond annoying to me. So I put it back down to the easiest difficulty to make sure I didn't have to watch a cutscene again. And then yeah, I mean fucking I didn't realize like the game is dated and like you have to be aware of like when you're saving because I saved it in a really bad spot at some point where like I'm getting insta fucking killed, spawn trapped by this guy. Allison was telling me I had to clip that. I was trying to be funny. It was like you know those videos where it's like end the video when like this happens. I was like end the video when you die in Skyrim, and I loaded and like legit am dying as I was spawning. So maybe that'll be funny. But yeah, it's really funny. It's a fun game. I mean obviously it is. It's won like fucking game of the year every year since 1994. But like I have a weird relationship with like those kind of open world games. I'm very much so like a high intensity kind of gamer. You know, I don't really have a whole lot of interest in like reading the books that are strewn across the world or like
Oh, you don't like
engaging.
meandering and just bullshitting?
Not really, but I don't think that means I can't enjoy a game like that, you know? Like I really do like games like Breath of the Wild. I had a lot of fun with, even though that's a game that definitely encourages the player to do some nonsense, right? But like um I think that I do it when it's necessary. Like I'll do side quests from time to time. I typically just enjoy beelining the main quest, but I will do some side quests here and there when like they are particularly intriguing or like I know there's going to be a hefty reward from them. So like I will go off the beaten path sometimes when like it is convenient and fun, but like I typically do like rushing these games kind of down the throat, which I don't know, I don't think is bad. Like I don't think it means that I'm enjoying the game any less. Like I do sometimes get frustrated when it's like, oh, you have to walk on foot to a location like across the map. That sometimes does kind of like be for me, you know. But like usually with a game like Skyrim, I think it's well made enough to where like you're bound to like come into some stuff along the way that's enjoyable.
Oh, what,
You know?
dude? You'll be getting a bunch of shit along the way
Yeah.
on random walks, dude. That's the best
Um,
part about the game, dude.
I think that's where Elden Ring honestly fell short sometimes.
So,
Was like
oh,
game felt a little bit spread out,
and
at
there's
times.
nothing to the world, bro. There's no random interactions. Like, there's no people. There's no fun towns. Like, it's so much lacking in lore, bro. In the moment, like I know there's lore of the fucking game and all the characters and shit, but like in the moment, just playing through the world, bro, you are not gonna get much lore.
When are we allowed to talk about how Elden Ring had kind of a good amount of um, detriments to its overall enjoyableness?
Dude,
You know,
no, no, dude.
is
It's
it
such a
okay to
good
say
game.
that?
It's
When is
such
it
a good
okay?
game.
When is it okay to say that Elden Ring had some pretty big flaws?
Well, like what?
I do think that's a big one with like not the most uh, fruitful open world. Um, and I think another thing is just like the difficulty scaling. I've talked about this a little bit,
The
but like
difficulty is fucked up.
it's like it's difficult, which is good, but I don't think it's difficult in a fun way. You know, like
That's
the
just that
bosses.
well, that's just like a Souls kind of game thing though. That's how all the
Yeah,
Souls games have always been.
that's true. That's fair. But does that mean it's any less valid of a critique?
Well, maybe Souls games just aren't for you, but
Maybe. Yeah. But I do think it's like I don't know who that's for though. You know what I mean? Where it's like my problem with it is that like it's less so difficult. Like the enemies aren't quite as like difficult as they are just overpowered, you know? Like it's not like a particularly interesting or difficult move to like, get around, but like it just does so much damage that like you're bound to run into it here and there, and if you do it's over, you know? And it's like, okay. Like it's not a whole lot of nuance to it and fun overthinking, outthinking. It's more so just like regurgitating memorized like attack patterns, which like is less fun, I think, than like having to be creative.
I All right, guys, we got cut off there in the heat of the moment. But what I was going to say there is, I don't think you've progressed quite far enough to see, you know, quite that diversity you're looking for in terms of unique abilities and stuff like that. So, but we did some discussion in the break there and found that you actually have gotten a lot further than I realized.
further than you may have realized, but I think a lot of the bosses that people often refer to, like Millennia, I have not gotten to. So I will acknowledge I didn't get to the most complex and fun of bosses, but I will still say I've gotten to at least around like the half-ish, a little bit halfway point of the main boss quest, and I will say that I did find it was lacking perhaps a little bit of variety and fun.
You're right at the doorstep for all of you Elden Ring nerds. You're right at the doorstep to go to the last area, the crumbling Farum Azula. So
Mm.
you're right at the door of that. But you have fought quite a bit of bosses, way more than I thought you did.
It does. I think it's also probably for our Elden Ring nerds may understand more. I quit the game when I started fighting Commander Nile. What a fucked up boss, dude. I
That
actually
boss
like,
sucks, dude.
yeah, dude. I just wasn't fun. Like, he's OP as shit, fucking spawning stuff. Like, just couldn't even deal with it. Didn't want to, you
That
know?
boss is pretty annoying. I could agree that that wasn't like an extremely exciting boss for me.
Hmm.
I could meet you. I could level with you there. But I feel like Radon was really unique. Like I thought his fight was awesome. And then I also thought, I mean, I didn't like the fire giant, but I mean, in terms of uniqueness, like I think like it's definitely there.
Wait, let me look up Radon again. I
Like you
told.
don't think like the characters themselves are lacking uniqueness. You think like just
No, yeah.
like the moves itself are just like it's all just like the same shit over and over.
I guess I would just say it's like, yeah, maybe it's just a Souls-like thing, but I just think what I often found myself doing is rather than like trying to come in with a certain strategy or like do a certain thing or like rely on things that, like I had worked really hard to be like stronger in. It was just like learn what they do, dodge it, hit him at this time, repeat. And
Yeah.
it's like because it's like if you don't do that, if you get touched by them, it's like essentially you're dead. Where like you can't really like freeball it too much. You have to be very formulaic about it sometimes, I find at least. I wonder if that changes as you use more magic because I was pretty against using magic. I liked fighting just like as it was. I found fun in that. So
You're
maybe
also fighting like fairly underleveled, if I remember correctly, right?
in the beginning I was. I definitely took some time to get leveled properly at some point though.
So like you were fighting with like lots of like vigor.
Yes, at some point. I took my time in the cliffs.
That is what's kind of crazy about the game as well. Like you can have a lot of vigor and you will get one tap still, depending on like the move.
Uh-huh. How do you get strong in Skyrim? Like same
Uh,
idea.
yeah, when you level up, you'll get to the skill tree.
Yeah, and like you said, like there were points in Elden Ring where it's like even if you do like max out, like not max out, but like you got a ton of vigor, like you still really like getting one hit is like somewhat still of a reality, you
And
know?
the DLC, the final boss, I'm at the final boss in the DLC. I couldn't beat him for anything. I
Uh-huh.
spent like this is going to be embarrassing, and I'm actually saying this on the internet that I rune farmed for like probably 5 hours straight. And
Wow.
then I leveled up to like 250 to fight him, and I was still getting smoked, like not even like close.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit crazy for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Were you using like all your summons and shit like that?
Oh yeah, I summon every time.
Oh wow.
Summon
Yeah,
every
I don't know.
time.
I actually now that we're talking about it, I think I would have fun playing it again, playing through the DLC again. I mean, I'm playing through Skyrim. I want to see what my appetite is for more similar games after Skyrim, because hopefully I'll have like if Skyrim does touch me the way in which it's touched so many people, I feel like I might have a lot of like motivation to play another game like it. So we'll see.
Would you ever play any other Souls likes?
Maybe honestly, well, I don't know. I mean, Elden Ring is like the best one, right? And it's like new and shit.
A lot of people die on the Sekiro hill,
Oh my god, I forgot about Sekiro. I want to play Sekiro
and
for
they
sure.
say that that's the hardest one.
Yeah, I would love to play Sekiro. I do love that like samurai era Japan vibes too. I think I'd have a lot of fun with it. Dude, we should do we should oh we can't. Never mind. I was gonna say remember when I sent you that like seamless co-op mod
Oh my
for Elden Ring?
gosh, bro. It would make my day. Okay, well, if we're gonna start, you did say Elden Ring has major flaws, and like that is one of them that I will totally concede on,
Oh
bro.
yeah.
Dude, the way that they have co-op set up on console is like so fucked up and boring and terrible. It sucks in every way.
Yeah. It just seems like they didn't really care too much about like having it be a real thing, you know?
No. They didn't. But dude, it's so sick now on PC. Like I've seen people play, it looks so fun.
Uh-huh. I wonder because a lot of these games benefit a lot from like the modding community, right? Like I know Skyrim in
Skyrim
particular.
heavily, bro.
I was reading a lot about Skyrim, and a lot of people were really mad. Have you heard of the like anniversary update? I think is what they called it. It's like a $20 DLC to Skyrim, which essentially just took all of the free mods and like put them in the game under like Bethesda's like official mechanics and like charged $20 for it, which everybody was super mad about, which is bullshit, dude. Like
Sounds about right.
if people are gonna mod the game, like it is what it is, you know. Like, yeah, I don't know. I wonder if have you seen any of the Skyrim mods? Are they cool?
Yeah, one of my favorite streamers is doing a Star Wars one where like it's all the Star Wars characters.
Are you serious? What the fuck?
Yeah.
I saw like fishing was added to the game. I didn't know they were doing shit like that.
Yeah, no, he's playing like Star Wars.
That's crazy.
But there's also he the way he was describing the way he was playing, he was doing it in survival mode where like you can't die
Hmm.
and playing it like at NPC. And he said he was like having so much fun, like cutting logs all day, like traveling with the wagon and stuff, like literally like being an NPC, not fighting, not doing anything.
Jesus. Brony used to play like Animal Crossing for real. That's wild. I'm playing in survival mode right now. Is that a good idea?
You are playing in survival? I've
Uh-huh.
always wanted to do a survival world in Skyrim. I've never done it before.
What do you mean?
Where like you can't die.
No, no. Well, the way it said survival mode to me was like no fast travel and like hunger and like stuff applies.
Oh, maybe that is what it is. Maybe I'm thinking of Minecraft. I'm thinking of like hardcore Skyrim, where like you can't die.
Or else like the game ends.
Yeah, like you'll restart.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not.
I'm pretty sure that does exist.
Oh wow, that's pretty crazy.
Because I've always played the way you play with like hunger and stuff. Not fast
Well,
travel though. I do fast travel.
you do fast travel.
I
I think
do.
it's said in survival mode you can't, but like I don't. It also told me that like I could unlock the location for fast travel, so maybe I'm getting that wrong. But
Fast travel's pretty like a necessity,
is
especially
it?
in a game like that.
Well, I
Especially
mean,
for you, if you don't like walk in long
well, right.
distances,
You say that, but at the same time, like I think there's a lot to be said about like the appeal of the game is having to walk. You know.
when like motherfuckers will run up on you. Have you had
Uh-huh.
anybody run up on you yet?
Well, dude, I'm doing the first side quest and I got bandits fucking like trouncing me, bro. I'm getting smoked. Getting absolutely smoked.
Have you made it to Whiterun?
Dude, I haven't made it like anywhere. I made it to. I'm going to the first like side quest dungeon to help out like the little shopkeep and like get like runes, gold. I don't know. Am I playing? I'm playing on master difficulty. Is that probably like more than I should be doing right now?
I've never even done that.
What do you play on?
Probably just like
What it gives you?
normal.
Yeah,
Normal, maybe the one above.
yeah, yeah. I should probably tune it because I was getting smoked by some bandits, and if I'm getting smoked by bandits, I feel like
When I like to do a single player game, I don't really like to sweat. Like I don't really want to be like so nervous and like that I'm gonna die and like get like inconvenience. Like I want to like feel like I'm just like cooking everybody.
yeah, I definitely do myself a disservice because like I always raise the difficulty and then sometimes I end up complaining about it being tedious and like hard. But like I do it to myself. But I also really do enjoy like a challenge, you know? So
You
it's
like
hard.
you like finishing it. Like you like
Uh-huh.
the grind to like you like the payoff.
Yeah, but then like I risk the I risk like getting, demotivated, unmotivated at some point, just being like,
Yeah.
you know?
You do.
Like
Maybe you should try Elden Ring again, bro. You should.
maybe, yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
see you fight Millennia so bad,
I do
bro.
want to fight
She's
Millennia.
so hard and so cool.
Yeah. I should. I'll do an Elden Ring playthrough.
The
I should have done
DLC's
it.
fun too, bro.
I should have done it when the DLC was hot. Oh well.
Um, well, should we talk about more video games or should we go into some other stuff?
What else we got on the docket?
We can go into stuff about being drunk. We could
Hmm.
go into my pitch. We could go into when people forfeit the game when the game is not totally out of hand. Because I, for some reason, wanted to talk about that as well.
Yeah,
We could talk about Valo.
I kind of like that forfeit one.
You like that?
Uh huh.
All right. Let me set the stage. I think you know where I'm getting at, but just for the viewers here,
Uh huh.
I in getting, I've been playing mostly Rocket League lately and Valorant, and in those games, you're allowed to forfeit if like the game isn't going your way.
Uh-huh.
And too many times I'm in a game of Rocket or Valo where people want to forfeit when the score is like one, like separated by one, or like it's the game is just still so in, like you can win the game still, but people want to forfeit, and it pisses me off, and I get irrationally upset about it. Like I'm talking like yelling, and I'm starting to like get pissed. Like, what do you get pissed about that too?
Oh, for sure, dude. I will like hardly ever play doubles like on my own. I don't want to play with randoms, dude. Like I
You
don't want
make
to.
one fucking mistake in a Rocket League game, it costs you a goal. If they want to forfeit, it's fucking 2 to 3. It's like you have 2 minutes left to score one goal. Like Rocket is such a game of like it could swing so fast.
One of my favorite ever NL jokes or stories is he was talking about like Rocket League and like about how like toxic it is, and he told this one time about how he's like I went up for an aerial and I missed it, and my teammate told me to kill myself.
Dude, that's
It's
actually how
crazy.
it is, bro. I'll have motherfuckers too that will start the game all pissed off. Like I'll miss a pass of theirs. Nice shot, nice shot. Wow, wow, wow. It's like,
Yeah,
dude, I'm your fucking teammate.
right.
Do you want any chance to win this right now? Like, because then I just
Yeah.
get pissed and then I'm like playing mad.
Yeah, no, it's never fun. I don't have a good time. Like I just like get upset then when like because then I feel like I have to like outdo them or like play well or like I just never have fun. I
Then
mean,
you're gripping the controller too tight.
yeah, you fucking bust your controller open. I just like I cannot believe some people, like I don't know who are the people behind the screen, Because like that's just
That's always what
crazy.
I wonder too, bro.
It's insane behavior. Like I can't even imagine it. I think a lot of the people in Overwatch, and like I might say some stuff here that offends some people, but like you play Overwatch sometimes, and like your team will be losing, and like yeah, you're probably gonna lose the game, but like it's whatever, and like someone will just like stop playing and they'll sit and spawn and be like our team sucks, and
Yeah,
it's like who are you? And I can only theorize that they are just like the biggest like fucking losers in the world, and like that's so mean, but like I can't really think of it being anybody else, like who is that much of like a fucking like dweeb loser that like when your team starts losing, instead of trying to like play the game and have fun and like do well, maybe even like stop worrying so much about winning, but just like still go out and try to like kill something and like have some fun. Like you're gonna sit and spawn and like complain and chat. Like what are you even
oh my
playing?
God.
What are you playing the game for,
Dude,
bro?
I think it's people that have had a bad experience like in a game like a game prior, like a whatever.
Mhm.
Like they had some guy be super rude to them and now they're being that person, you know? I
Yeah.
always think it starts like that because I noticed that's how what happens to myself, dude. I'll be playing Rocket and I'll get on in good spirits and then I'm having a guy in my first game telling me I'm fucking garbage. And then the
Uh-huh.
next game I'm ready to get mad at somebody.
Yeah.
I feel like I noticed it like that, dude. I bet there's a lot of people that have similar experiences to me like that.
Uh-huh.
Because I start getting toxic as fuck because people are toxic to me, and it's just like I start the game like on guard, you know?
Yeah. When I start feeling that way, and I think when anybody starts feeling that way, where it's like you're going into it with bad energy, I feel like you just gotta put the controller
You got to
down.
get off. You got to
Like you're
get
not
off.
if you're playing a video game and it's not fun, like you've lost like the very first step of the whole process. Like that's the whole
For
point.
real, dude. If you're ever playing and it's not fun, like you just shouldn't.
Yeah. I part of the segment that NL was talking about was like he was saying that for people who say that kind of stuff in chat, like fuck you or like whatever, being really mean, it's like they should be banned from playing the game for a whole year. He's like is it severe? Yes, but like they'll learn. And
They
like
will, dude.
honestly, dude, like toxicity in like game chats is like a bigger problem than I think people realize because like you're talking about, dude, like it spirals and like it honestly does I think like cause harm, you know?
For sure,
So
dude. When Rocket League added like you could talk to your teammates, do you remember that brief moment? And they got rid
uh-huh.
of they backtracked on that so fucking fast, dude. I
Yeah.
would be in games like getting like in arguments with like fucking like 15-year-old kids. They're like, you're the worst fucking player I've ever seen." It's just like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Every teammate you get is like telling you like how bad you are. Like you're mad at your teammate before you're like mad at the other team.
Yeah. It's just like it's a huge sigh for sure. Like great
Good thing they walked that back, dude,
for
because that
sure.
was nonsense.
Hmm.
Complete nonsense. Valo's been fun though. I like Valo a lot.
Yeah, tell me about Valorant.
There's not much to say besides the one thing I want to point out about it is like the game length. Like, have you ever played a Valo game?
Mhm.
I think like my brain is getting too like short form pilled. Like it's hard for me to sit through a whole Valo game.
I don't think I've ever finished the Valorant game.
It's insane, bro. It
I
takes
always,
so long, dude.
yeah, I'm like half an hour in, and I'm like, dude, I'm like, I can play something else, bro.
And like you have to be locked in. You have to be like peeking corners for like 45 minutes, you know?
Yeah, that's
It's like,
crazy.
oh, it's insanely draining. It's
Yeah.
been fucking up my week, dude, because I am having a lot of fun on it, but I'll like start playing at like 6 and I'll play like 2 or 3 games and like my night will be done. And like that day I literally just like went to work, got home, ate, played Valorant, and like went to bed. And I did that like 4 days in a row.
That's crazy.
It was, dude, it really takes you out of the world, which I
Yeah.
actually can't appreciate. It's kind of why
Uh-huh.
you play.
For sure. I can't believe it took them so long to go to console. I mean, it's a huge game. They got billboards in NYC for Valorant, dude.
Really?
Huh?
My God.
Uh-huh. It's like that.
It seems to be very popular on console already.
Yeah, yeah. Although I do kind of feel like it's like uniquely created for PC players, you know? Like the graphic quality isn't anything special and it's more
It's
so
a
about
PC kind of game,
like
dude.
precision shooting for sure, yeah.
It's a PC kind of game.
But I mean it translates, I feel.
It translates decently well. I think it would translate better than like CS:GO would,
Yeah,
just because like there's more like to it, like more abilities and stuff,
for
and
sure.
like.
Yeah.
But it's a fun game. I've been enjoying it.
Yeah.
Do you want to do anything else? Do you want to do all these any of these other topics I got?
Can you hear me again?
The one about being drunk,
Mm-hmm.
and then also I have a something I want to pitch.
Well, could we do the pitch first? Because I'm really curious.
Yeah, so basically this is a pitch of something that I've like always had in the back pocket that I've thought about forever. Basically like my first idea ever.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
I want you to hear it, okay?
okay.
So it's called The Boy's Life, all right?
Okay.
And basically I was as a kid I would imagine filming like a child from like when they were born till like, they die. And it's a whole entire person's life. And so like you go to the movie theater and like this movie is always playing and it's always just like somebody. So you can go into the movie anytime and like you never know what you're gonna see, Like he could just be like sleeping, he could be like doing something lit, could be doing something stupid. And really just to kind of show like the mundane of the world. But obviously that's not really a feasible idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I just
I
think that there's some juice with it.
I have questions.
Yeah, ask away.
Okay, you go to the theater and he's sleeping. Why are you staying? I would leave.
Well, you're not. You're not.
Okay. Okay.
Like boys like wouldn't have like every single day be super like successful. That's kind of like the beauty of it.
Uh-huh. Would it be
But
theaters or
but
would it
there's
be like
also something like really fun I think about like showing up and like you go to the theater and like even if you don't want to see Boys Life, like you could stop in and like you might
yeah.
catch like something like awesome. But like obviously it's very personal and like you couldn't actually do it with like a real human. That's the thing that I think
Yeah.
is like kind of fucked up.
Well, that's like Truman Show type shit, right?
It wouldn't be in the fake world though, it would be in the real
Oh,
world.
yeah, that's true.
So like he would actually, it would be like his real experiences, but that's the issue. You can't have a child consent to having his
All right.
entire life. And also like you don't even want to see like him shitting or like him like, doing, what boys do or you know what I mean by that?
How would you have a camera like follow him?
I imagine it from his eyes. That's how I've
Oh,
always imagined it. Like you're seeing it from his eyes.
you'd have to do like AI boy's life.
AI boy's life.
Uh-huh. Also, would this be like a theater type situation or like an app on the Roku? You know?
App on the Roku. I also imagine theater.
Yeah.
Or maybe you get the theaters involved when like something like is going on in the boy's life because like shit gets planned like far out in advance. Like
Uh-huh.
say he's taking a trip to fucking Hawaii, the movie theater goes in session like when he's in Hawaii or something like that.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I think it's a cool idea just because you also capture the mundane of the life really well. And I've always like found that to be profound for some reason, especially when portrayed like well and cool.
Yeah, I guess I just like I struggle with like if part of the point is being mundane, then like where's the desire to like watch it, you know? If it is mundane.
Because I just think like there's like beauty in that.
Yeah.
Because life is like mostly mundane for a lot of people. And
Yeah.
I think there's like some like true beauty in like seeing like real shit and like
Uh-huh.
like just like seeing somebody like drive to like fucking work or like,
Uh-huh.
shit like that, dude. I think that like always is very touching when like portrayed really well in like cinema.
Sure. No, actually, no, that makes sense. I saw a really beautiful movie recently called Perfect Days, and it's pretty much just about like this Japanese man's like life as a public bathroom cleaner, and not a whole lot really happens, but you kind of just like follow him in
See,
his life.
dude,
And, like,
that's the shit,
you would
dude.
love that movie, dude. I really honestly feel like that movie touches on a lot of the themes that you have in your brain. I think you would get a lot from it.
Yeah,
Perfect Days,
that
bro.
already sounds good.
Perfect Days. Well, here's the thing, bro, and like, don't take offense to this, but I didn't enjoy the movie because I found it boring.
It's too
But
boring.
Allison loved it, and like, I think for for different strokes for sure, because like, yeah, I mean, you know
That's a big
me.
reason why I love like the holdovers, because like that movie captures like the mundane, like the mundaneness of life in such a good way, dude. Like,
Uh-huh.
oh God, it grips me. And also
Yeah,
the Florida Project I want to shout out. Have you seen that one?
no, I'm not.
Oh God, dude. The way those two capture like the mundane of life so beautiful. Also Soul, the Pixar film,
Yeah.
they kill it. They
Uh-huh.
really kill like just simple life stuff. Like I always think that that's like the best shit.
I do love Soul so much.
I have such an appreciation for just like the mundane. I mean, I
Mhm.
say this as a pitch just, to like fucking make it somewhat exciting to post on the internet, but
Uh-huh.
because obviously I'm not like actually doing anything with this idea, but it's just like this idea that I've always had and like I've always
Sure.
thought was cool.
Yeah, I'm just being a devil's advocate for you. I think it's a great idea.
It's cool, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to do a boy's life, but I don't think it'd be kind of hard to translate.
I'm thinking AI boy's life. Once we can give birth to AI, and then they don't have to consent because they're stupid robots, and maybe that'll add a little bit of taste to it. It's like, ooh, it's a robot boy.
What do you think about like the 24/7 like thing? Do you think that's cool?
Yes, but like obviously, like you said, there are certain things that like obviously you wouldn't be able to like show. you
Yeah,
know,
that'd be weird, huh?
you'd have to make an AI who doesn't use the restroom or ever get undressed.
But I think some of the most beautiful parts of a boy's life would be like relationships.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying like, the sex itself, but I'm just saying like, dating somebody and like being personal with
yeah.
them.
Doesn't who's the one guy? The one fucking like comedian who like does that one show where he's just like recording this family or whatever.
Hey,
Sam.
Sam Sulek.
No, not not Sulik.
Not Sulek. No, I know who you're thinking of, bro.
Yeah, that's sort of similar in a way, isn't it?
The guy that like iDubbbz, like they like,
Yeah. What's his fucking name? I can't remember his name.
yeah, but
Um,
he has his like warehouse like filmed or whatever, like his like office or something, like completely like, oh, or his house. Is it his house?
I don't remember. Is it simply just like authentic, like their lives, or does he like mess with them?
I'm pretty sure it's authentic.
Oh wow.
Like at times that he might be doing shit for the camera, but I think like most of the time, like you could just like catch them like chilling on the couch.
Yeah, that's sort of similar.
It is. That really is, dude.
Uh-huh.
That, yeah. But it's not quite the same, bro.
Sam Hyde, right?
Sam Hyde. Yes, that's
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
That is what
No,
it
I know what
is.
you mean. It's not the exact same. Sam Hyde's a weird guy.
Yeah, because I
Um,
also think like that is like it's not quite the same.
yeah,
Because I want to
I know.
see like a kid get parented and like
Yeah, yeah. What about a girl's life?
girl's life, sure. It could be a girl's life.
Nice.
I always used to imagine it like with myself.
Yeah,
Not that
sure.
anybody would want to watch like me 24/7, but I'm just saying like, I would always imagine I always think of the boy's life when I'm doing something mundane that I think is like actually sick in the moment.
Hmm.
Like driving to fucking work in the morning or like just like being a fucking civilian.
Hmm.
I think that's just probably because I'm so fucking empathetic. But
Someti- Sometimes I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, I wonder if people would think if they could like transport their mind into my own right now and be in my perspective, you know?
how so? Like act for you?
No, just like be a passenger in my brain.
Like understand how you're feeling?
Yeah. Sometimes I more so think about it as minute as like it kind of gross, but like taste the taste in my mouth, like
Like
feel
how you're actually tasting it?
yeah, like feel everything I feel, you know? Because sometimes I wonder, do I taste a different taste in my mouth as other people? Like, because everybody,
Definitely.
like, do I have a different sensation in my brain as other people? You know, like,
You do.
what, what does your head feel like right now? You know?
What does mine feel like?
Yeah,
Much different than yours.
you think?
Yes.
Isn't that
Um,
crazy?
we're just we have different, different personalities.
Yeah, but like, I guess I also mean
Like
like
feeling like put myself in my
sensory.
dad's shoes.
Yeah,
We even yeah, just like we have different bodies and shit. It would feel
yeah.
completely different to be in my
Isn't that
body.
weird?
It is weird. It's fucking weird. I do think about shit like that.
Sorry, it's a little bit off topic, but
No, it's I mean the boys life pitches, it's done and gone. Scott, if you want to pick it up, you can text me and
yeah,
fund this. We're taking donations.
investors, not donations.
Should we do ads? Should we do an ad read?
Yes, yes. We had an ad read in week one. Should we do it again?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do an ad read for squishable things because I am a type of person who actually just can't sit still. So like, squish, 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 and fidget, fidget, fidget. There you go. How about you?
Magnets, similar kind of thing.
That looks
Um,
so sick.
they're like little balls.
Oh, I would love that. That just touched my brain.
Okay, ready though? And look at this. I have another extra set, but look at this set. They're in perfect.
Wow.
Oh God.
I gotta get a Rubik's Cube, I think.
You should.
I used to play with one. I kind of got into it for a
Did
little
you get
bit.
it completed?
Yes. I think that there's like few things as sick as like rocking the Rubik's Cube like on the subway or something. Whenever I see someone doing that, I'm like, fuck, he's so cool.
That is, dude, you are such a Rubik's Cube kind of person. Remember
Yeah, I
those
should have
fucking
one.
cubes? Like you have to like put them in to make a perfect square, and they were at my house, and you were like, "Can I borrow these?"
Uh-huh.
Dude, shit like
I still
that.
have those, dude.
Dude, shit like that. You need that.
I have photos on my phone of the cube completed with like outlines of all the different pieces to make sure that I remember how to put it together. Because it was
Um,
actually so hard for some reason. Not an easy puzzle, bro.
no, that was not an easy puzzle.
I do like puzzles quite a bit. I'm a puzzle guy.
You should do Rubik's Cube on the fucking subway.
Yeah, dude, I might cop one. Although I do think that it gets kind of boring at some point because like there's so to solve Rubik's cubes, there's like one particular. It's like a fucking like cheat code on a video game. Like there's a particular moveset you can do, which is like how you like do it. It's like how you do it. You know, like it's like some like bottom row. You do like some motion over and over and over again until like you're close, and then you kind of just like sandbox it from there. But like it's like there's like
People
cheat
doing
codes
it
to it.
fast is insane.
Yeah, but that's why you can do it so fast is because like it's the same motion
There's
over and
meta.
over again. You're not like using your brain. You know what I mean? Like you are repeating a very specific motion that you've done a million times that you don't need to think about that is going to help you. It's like playing 2048 where you just like you play 2048, right?
Hmm.
You just swipe down and left like a million times until like you're kind of like in a spot where you have to do something else, and then typically you just swipe right and then do it again over and over again. You know, that's kind of how solving a Rubik's cube is, in a way.
Yeah, that is.
So
So is there kind of like a ceiling with that shit? Like, cause
yeah, I mean, I would imagine that like at some point you can
it's
just like
not
solve
fun.
it. Yeah, I mean, unless you want to like start like challenging yourself to like get certain time thresholds, but at that point, who are you impressing?
Nobody.
Yeah,
Nobody, bro.
yeah. Maybe you got to get like a 4x4 Rubik's cube or some shit. That'd be crazy. Should I
Well,
have that bit?
we're getting to. Oh, there is actually. I saw that the other day in Target, and that's the one I wanted to buy.
4x4 Rubik's cube?
Oh no, isn't 4x4 how it is?
I think it's 3x3.
Oh, I saw like dumb guy version, like 2x2 or something like that. And I was like, shit, maybe I'll start there, but I didn't buy
Yeah.
it. We got a little bit of time left. I got one topic that's kind of neither here nor there that we talked about a little bit before the pod.
Yeah.
Should we do it, or should we just, say bye to the Embers and tell them to have a great week?
We got time. Let's run through it. It's quick.
All right, so I was watching this stream the other day, and they were like doing like an advice stream where you could like call in and just like ask about whatever. And this guy called in, and his scenario was he went to a party. He has a girlfriend, but his girlfriend couldn't make it to the party. And while at the party, he was drinking quite a bit. And he said at some point, he doesn't remember anything that happened in the night. And he woke up in a girl's bed and that was that. And he was like, wondering like, oh, should I like, what should I do? Should I tell my girl this? Should I do this? Should I do that? And pretty much the whole bulk of the guy's advice was, oh, if you don't remember it, then you're in the clear. Like nothing's bad. Like, you could just basically tell your girl like anything, like as long as you actually don't remember it. And I was just like thinking to myself, like, this is such bull fucking shit. There's no way he doesn't remember
Mhm.
how he ended up in another girl's bed. And I just think it's bullshit when people say like, "Oh, last night I just can't remember anything. Like I was so drunk." And I just
Yeah.
want to call cap on those fuckers.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's definitely cap. I actually now hearing that though. So what we talked about beforehand is like, yeah, you can get super drunk, but like, of course you'd remember like having sex with somebody or like cheating on your girlfriend. Like that's gonna like probably stick
Right?
in your brain. Or if you're so far gone to where you have no ability to recall, my idea is that you'd be like puking and like throwing up and fucking passing out before you can do anything like that, you know? But now I'm wondering, maybe he didn't cheat on his girlfriend and just like found his way to a bed, you know? And like just woke up there and was like, holy fuck, you know?
Yeah, I guess that's feasible, but
That's possible to me.
there's a crucial part I left out of this where like he was talking about how like this girl was like flirting with him and stuff, and like he did remember that, and like she was like coming on to him. That was
Uh,
like part of his story. And I,
that's a little different then.
Yeah, like he remembered the girl and then he ended up waking up in that girl's bed. And he's like, I'm not interested in her though. Like, I'm not interested like that, you know? She was all over me.
I
Shut
guess
the.
it's I guess it's I guess it's hypothetically possible that like he was so drunk the night this girl needed to find a bed, wound up in her bed because he needed to sleep,
Have
whatever.
you ever been so drunk that you don't remember any details from the night before?
No, no.
And like you've gotten drunk as fuck, right? Like drunk.
Yes.
And like you at least remember shit.
Yes.
That's how I feel, man. Like I've never been so drunk like that where I just couldn't remember a goddamn thing.
Yeah. Dude, well, I have some pretty bad like anxiety, which is like getting anxiety the day after you drink. And, like I'll oftentimes if I get too drunk like that, I'll wake up and just start like being so ashamed of everything I did the night beforehand. And like that's why for me particularly, like I think I remember things pretty well because like I like ruminate on them, you know. I remember one of the drunkest I've ever been is when like we back in my sophomore year of college we were hanging out with our downstairs neighbors and I was smoking CBD cigarettes on their porch and I kept spitting. I would like I would kept smoking these cigarettes and like I'd get the smoke taste in my mouth and like fucking do big spits on their fucking floor. And I woke up and I was like, ew, dude, why was I doing that? So, but I was like really, 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 really gone. So like I can't really recall a whole lot of other times I was there. So like yeah, dude, like I remembered what fucking happened. I was like I felt shitty about it, you know? And like I think that guy, if he like did anything, then like he's either lying or fucking like whatever, you know?
Yeah,
It's
I
not
think
like
it's
people
I think it's
forget.
very possible he was just trying to like get on the stream and like talk to the guys and like
Yeah,
give them
probably.
like a somewhat fun story to like put their hands on.
Yeah, I think if you're not doing anything besides alcohol, I think it's very, very unlikely that you would have no recollection of something like that.
Yeah, we're officially calling cap on people like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually gonna expose my roommate because he told this fucking hilarious story of like last weekend when he was super drunk. I don't know if you heard it,
No.
but he got so incredibly drunk last weekend and he came home and he said he actually pulled this that he didn't remember anything. And he woke up and he said there was a bunch of cigarette butts in his bed. And he was like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" And he had like his clothes on, his shoes on, his like everything from the night before. And there's a bunch of
Oh.
cigarette butts in his bed. And he gets up and he goes into his pocket for his phone and pulls out the ashtray that we have outside. Then he walks out of his room and sees that our back door is wide open and his phone is sitting where the ashtray was. So
Oh
in
no.
so in a drunken haze, he put his ashtray or put our ashtray in his pocket and went to bed.
What the fuck was he doing?
He said he doesn't remember. He doesn't remember anything.
That's insane.
But I guess that's probably why I wrote that in my notes because he told me that story and I was like, what the fuck is up with people not remembering anything?
Okay, well, let me say this. Everything I just said is valid except for when it comes to your roommate. I believe that he doesn't remember a fucking thing. That's gotta be true.
He doesn't remember it.
Fuck no, he doesn't. You
I mean,
kidding
if
me?
he's waking up with freaking cigarette buds in his bag.
Yeah, no. Ashtray in the pocket, bro. His ass does not remember a single
The
thing.
door was wide open to outside. Our door was open the whole night.
Uh huh.
Probably why I've been seeing such nasty spiders up in here.
Uh huh. It just sounds like he fucking like went in to go grab something, laid down for 2 seconds, and never got back up. You know, we've all been there.
Yeah, and he doesn't even smoke. So like he wasn't
Huh?
out there not like cigarettes. Like he wasn't out there smoking
Oh.
cigarettes.
Oh. Hmm.
You know,
Somebody else out
no,
there?
and I even said that. I'm like, were you with anyone? He's like, no, dude, no. Oh, so you can remember that, but you can't remember that you know, that's why I'm just thinking it's all bullshit, man.
Well, where did the cigarette butts come from?
There's cigarette butts in our ashtray from,
Oh.
people that come over. Um, sometimes my other roommate indulges. I don't smoke
Yeah.
cigarettes myself. None of them are mine. Just want to say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just want to say that, like, just, I
I'm,
swear,
I'm,
I
I'm pretty into the cigarettes.
yeah, cigarettes are good. I guess we could leave the embers with that. Everybody go out, buy a pack, get a pack of Turkish Royals, and start off next week right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We got September 16th. That's Monday. I want
Uh-huh.
everybody smoking cigarettes this Monday,
Awesome.
and they can
All
email
right.
us.
All right, peace out.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thanks for tuning in. It was great. Wow. Like we always talk about like because we weren't very funny this episode, but like we always say, do we need to be funnier? What should we talk about? But
Yeah,
like
we
this one,
actually weren't funny this episode.
but like, is that a bad thing? It flowed well. We talked about interesting stuff. I enjoyed it.
I
Does
thought
it
this was a very good episode.
does it need to be funnier?
It might have needed to be a little bit funnier.
You think?
Maybe once I listen back to it, I'll be like, that was actually a pretty funny moment.
I guess, yeah. But like, I don't know. You know what I
Scott,
mean? Like, yeah, Scott, let us know. Do we need to be
yeah,
purposefully funnier? Do we need to be less serious? Do we need to not talk about our actual thoughts, but just like try to be silly and joking?
dude,
I
these are
don't
questions I ruminate with all week long leading up to the
know.
show. It's like, because I feel like when I try to be intentionally funny, I'm not funny.
I don't know, dude. I don't know how anything works.
Yeah, we don't know anything. But you guys are listening.
Yeah,
See,
love it or hate it, you watched.
see you next week, motherfuckers.
See ya.